Coffee Break Spanish, Program 9.
Buenos dias, how you do? We got something for you. A bit of Spanish you can try. It's not hard, now don't you cry. Más cerveza, por favor. Un cafecito, I want more. No haggis here, I hope that's fine. Just a bit of Espanol online. Espanol, you're in control. Just be resilient. One in Spanish is dead brilliant. Just be prepared. Mark and Kara will take you there. Now you're on a roll. It's Coffee Break Español.
Hola otra vez. Soy Kara de Coffee Break Spanish.
Buenos días a todos. Yo soy Mark y estás escuchando Coffee Break Spanish, your guide to the Spanish language, coming to you in weekly programs from the Radiolingua studios here in Scotland.
This is program number 9 and today's edition is a bit special.
If you've got this far with Coffee Break Spanish, then a huge enhorabuena. Congratulations, because you've done really well to stick with it this long.
Today's show is going to give us the chance to consolidate what we've learned over the past few weeks.
We've got a few activities planned, which will test your knowledge of the Spanish covered in the basic podcasts each week.
Okay, let's get on with today's show.
¿Estás lista, Cara?
Sí, Mark, estoy lista para aprender español con Coffee Break Spanish.
So, in the past 8 weeks, you have learned so much with Coffee Break Spanish. We've covered so many topics, and hopefully you're beginning to feel really confident with a lot of these. Today's program is all about making you more confident, and we'll be using some activities to help you build your confidence that bit more. Before we go on to the activities, we're going to run through some of the topics, and I'm going to test Cara on some of the things that we've been talking about. So I hope, Cara, you remember all this.
Me too. Yo también.
I'm sure you'll remember everything. Okay, to begin with, the first program we covered greetings and really asking people how they are. So how do you say, how are you?
¿Qué tal?
¿Qué tal? Now, Cara, you've got to remember to leave a pause so that all our listeners can answer the questions before you answer them. Okay, how would you say very well?
Muy bien.
Muy bien, muy bien. What about pretty awful?
Fatal.
Fatal. And if I asked you how you're feeling and you wanted to say, okay.
Regular.
Regular, exactly. So, in that first program, we covered asking people how you are and answering the question as well. Then we went on to talk about greetings, and there are different greetings at different times of the day. One of the things that we covered here was the whole issue that with good morning and good afternoon, there's a slightly different word for the good part. Cara, can you explain a bit about that?
Okay, if I remember rightly, we use buenos with días because días is a masculine word, and we use buenas with tarde and noche because they're feminine words.
Exactly. So we say buenos días, but buenas tardes and buenas noches. There were some other greetings that we learned. We learned how to say see you later.
Hasta luego.
Hasta luego, exactly. Hasta luego would be see you later. And you began to say another phrase, which was?
Hasta pronto.
Now, see if our listeners can remember what that means. Hasta pronto. Cara, what does it mean?
See you soon.
See you soon, exactly. Okay, moving on. In our third program, we talked about where are you from? Where are you from? Now, there's two versions of this, like most Spanish questions, an informal and a formal version. Cara, can you remind us what the informal version of where are you from is?
¿De dónde eres?
De dónde eres? Okay, literally, from where are you? So what would be the formal version of the same question?
¿De dónde es usted?
¿De dónde es usted? Muy bien. We also learned how to say I am from.
Soy de.
Soy de. So to say I'm from Madrid, soy de Madrid. Or to say I'm from Guadalajara, you would say soy de Guadalajara. Now that's I'm from, soy de. You also learned how to say I live in. Cara, can you remember what I live in was?
Vivo en.
Vivo en. So I am from Guadalajara, but I live in Madrid.
Soy de Guadalajara, pero ahora vivo en Madrid.
Muy bien, muy bien. So 2 things there. First of all, Madrid,
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 Madrid.
and the name of the town. There's a town in Spain called Guadalajara and a town in Mexico called Guadalajara. Guadalajara.
Guadalajara.
Muy bien. Now, as we're going through all these words and phrases that we've covered in various lessons, we're only just covering the tip of the iceberg. There's lots more in each lesson than you can review yourself by going through the lessons yourselves and also using the notes and the extra podcasts that we make available. We continued on with family in lesson 5. And we learned the various words to describe members of your family. So, Cara, I'm going to test you on some of these, and I'm going to say the word, and again, leave some space for the listeners to answer, and hopefully that'll give you some thinking time too. So, here's the first one. Brother.
Hermano.
Hermano. Remember the silent H.
Hermano.
Hermano. Muy bien. Number 2. Daughter.
Hija.
Hija. Excellent. And there's a silent H in there at the beginning. Hija. Number 3. Mother.
Madre.
Good. Number 4. Son.
Hijo.
Hijo. Excellent. Hijo. Number 5. Husband.
Marido.
Marido. And number 6. Sister.
Hermana.
Hermana. Muy bien. Now, a few listeners wrote to us about the words esposo and esposa. Esposo and esposa are used for husband and wife, coming from the same root as the English word spouse. And these are used in certain parts of the Spanish-speaking world, so it's good to recognise them and indeed to know them to use. So marido or esposo and mujer or esposa. When we were talking about family, we also learned to say I have. Cara, what's I have?
Tengo.
Tengo. Okay, so I have tengo, and you have in the informal.
Tienes.
Tienes. Muy bien. So tengo un hermano means I have a brother. How would you say in the informal version, do you have a brother?
Tienes un hermano.
Tienes un hermano. Muy bien. We learned the numbers, and I'm going to bring someone back into the studio here to help you with your numbers. Here's Matthew to read the numbers from 1 to 10, and after that, we'll go through them all together.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Gracias, Matthew. Let's repeat them all together. I'll say them first. All the listeners should say them, and then, Cara, you can say them afterwards. 1,
1,
2,
2,
3,
3,
4,
4,
5,
5,
6,
6,
7,
7,
8,
8,
9,
9,
10.
10.
Okay, and just one other thing about numbers, and that is that some of our listeners who are concentrating on Latin American Spanish will want to repeat this time. 1,
1,
2,
2,
3,
3,
4,
4,
5,
5,
6,
6,
7,
7,
8,
8,
9,
9,
10.
10.
Okay, just the Latin American version of the numbers. We'll be covering larger numbers very soon after Christmas. We went on to talk about jobs. We've already learned the word I am,
Soy
soy, and you can add some jobs to this. So how would you say, I am a teacher, Cara?
Soy profesora.
That's right. You would say soy profesora. I would say soy profesor, because lots of the jobs have different versions for the masculine and feminine words. What about I am a student?
Soy estudiante.
Soy estudiante. Now, there's one very important thing about talking about professions. Cara, can you remember what it is?
It's the same as French. You don't put the word for a before the word for the job.
Okay, so can you give us an example of the wrong version?
Soy una estudiante.
Exactly. You would never say soy una profesora, soy una estudiante. You would just say soy profesora, soy estudiante. Muy bien. When we spoke about jobs, we also learned the word for I work. I work is
Trabajo.
trabajo. Trabajo en una tienda, for example.
I work in a shop.
I work in a shop. Trabajo en una tienda. And we finished off talking about jobs by saying whether we liked our jobs or not. So how do you say, I like my job, Cara?
Me gusta mi trabajo.
Me gusta mi trabajo. Me gusta mi trabajo. How would you say, I don't like my job?
No me gusta mi trabajo.
No me gusta mi trabajo. Muy bien. We learned in lesson 8 all about pastimes and hobbies. So we learned how to say, I like to eat, for example.
Me gusta comer.
Me gusta comer. And I like to sing.
Me gusta cantar.
Me gusta cantar. Perfecto. We also learned how to say, I love doing something.
Me encanta.
Me encanta. Literally, something enchants me. Me encanta bailar, por ejemplo. Por ejemplo means for example. Should have said that before. How do you say, I love to learn Spanish?
Me encanta aprender español.
Me encanta aprender español. Okay, it's time for some dialogues to see exactly how much you've learned in all these 8 lessons of Spanish with Coffee Break Spanish so far. In this dialogue, there are 3 people. I am going to be playing someone called Juan.
I'm going to be playing someone called Eva.
And Matthew's here, and he's going to be playing someone called Miguel. So we'd like you to listen carefully to this conversation. See if you can understand it all. There might be 1 or 2 things that are a little bit challenging. And afterwards, we're going to ask you a couple of questions. Here goes.
Hola, buenos días. ¿Qué tal?
Hola, muy bien. ¿Y tú qué tal?
Yo, fenomenal. Yo soy Eva. ¿Cómo te llamas?
Me llamo Juan. Este es mi hijo.
Hola, me llamo Miguel.
Hola, Miguel. ¿Qué tal?
Muy bien, gracias.
¿Tienes hijos?
Sí, tengo una hija. Se llama Gabriela.
¿Y eres de aquí?
No, soy de Francia. Vivo con mi marido en París.
Miguel y yo somos de Mallorca, de Alcudia.
Pues me tengo que ir. Hasta otra.
Sí, hasta otra.
Adiós.
Okay, so how did you find that? If you want, you can rewind your iPod or your MP3 player and listen to it again. But we're going to ask you some questions now about the conversation. First of all, we heard about Juan, who met Eva, and Juan's son was Miguel. Can you remember how many children Eva had? Cara, can you remind us what Eva said?
She said, Sí, tengo una hija. Se llama Gabriela.
Una hija, one daughter called Gabriela. Now, Juan asked Eva, ¿Eres de aquí? Are you from here? Can you remember what she said? Where is she from? Cara, what did she say?
No, soy de Francia. Vivo con mi marido en París.
So she says, Soy de Francia. I'm from France. And where does she live?
In Paris,
In
with
Pa-
her husband.
In Paris with her husband, exactly.
Now, Juan and Miguel aren't from Paris. Mark, where were they from?
Okay, so Juan said, Miguel y yo somos de Mallorca, de Alcudia. So they're from Alcudia, which is in Mallorca. Eva said at the end, me tengo que ir. This is a new phrase. You've probably not come across this before. It means I have to go. Me tengo que ir. I have to go.
Me tengo que ir.
Me tengo que ir. Perfecto. Now we're going to go on and try another conversation here, and this time it's going to test some of the language covered in lessons 5, 6, 7 and 8 of Coffee Break Spanish. And I should say that we're doing some role play here. Somos estudiantes. We're both students, and we're both in the town of Tarragona in eastern Spain. Hola, buenos días, ¿qué tal?
Hola, todo bien, gracias.
¿Cómo te llamas?
Me llamo María. Soy de Italia, de Verona.
Pero, ¿hablas español?
Sí, hablo un poco de español.
Yo soy Carlos. Vivo aquí en Tarragona, pero soy de Barcelona.
¿Tienes hermanos?
Sí, tengo un hermano y una hermana. Mi hermano se llama César y mi hermana se llama Isabel. ¿Tienes hermanos tú?
Sí, 2 hermanas, Carla y Luisa.
¿Trabajas o estudias?
Bueno, estudio en la Universidad de Tarragona, pero también trabajo en un restaurante.
Muy bien, yo estudio en Barcelona y trabajo en una tienda de música.
¿Te gusta la música?
Sí, me gusta mucho. Me gusta cantar.
A mí también me gusta cantar, pero no canto muy bien.
Bueno, hasta pronto, espero.
Sí, quizás.
Muy bien, otra conversación, another conversation there, and hopefully you've understood quite a bit of that as well. It was certainly more challenging than the last one, and we're going to go through it again in a similar way. There were also a couple of new phrases in there, phrases that we'll be covering in future lessons. So, first of all, Maria's not from Spain. Where's she from? Cara, can you read out what Maria said there?
Soy de Italia, de Verona.
So she's from Verona in Italy. Now, Carlos said to her, pero hablas español. What do you think that means, Cara?
But you speak Spanish.
Yeah, but you speak Spanish. So hablas español. Hablas español can also be a question. Hablas español? Do you speak Spanish?
¿Hablas español?
Hablas español? And Maria replied, sí, hablo un poco de español.
I speak a little Spanish.
Yeah, I speak a little Spanish. Hablo un poco de español.
Hablo un poco de español.
Muy bien. So, Carlos says, vivo aquí en Tarragona, pero soy de Barcelona.
I live here in Tarragona, but I'm from Barcelona.
Exactly. And then Maria asked Carlos if he had any brothers or sisters. And can you remember what Carlos said? I'll repeat it again. Sí, tengo un hermano y una hermana. Mi hermano se llama César y mi hermana se llama Isabel. Cara, can you tell us what the answer was then?
He had 1 brother and 1 sister. His brother was called César, and his sister was called Isabel.
Muy bien. And did Maria have any brothers or sisters? What did she say?
Sí, 2 hermanas, Carla y Luisa.
So she, of course, had 2 sisters, Carla and Luisa. Now, Carlos asked her, ¿trabajas o estudias? A very common question in Spanish. ¿Trabajas o estudias? Do you work or do you study? And she replied,
Estudio en la Universidad de Tarragona, pero también trabajo en un restaurante.
so she studies, estudio, in the University of Tarragona, but she also works
En a restaurant.
en un restaurante. Muy bien. Now, does Carlos work or does he study?
He studies in Barcelona, but he also works in a music shop.
Exactly. He said trabajo en una tienda de música. What else did he say about music? He said, me gusta mucho, me gusta cantar.
He likes music a lot and he likes to sing.
Mm-hmm. And what about Maria? Does she like to sing? She said,
A mí también me gusta cantar, pero no canto muy bien.
now we've not done no canto muy bien, but I'm sure you can work out what it means. No canto muy bien.
I don't sing very well.
I don't sing very well. No canto muy bien. She does like music. A mí también me gusta cantar. She likes singing, pero no canto muy bien, but she doesn't sing very well. And Carlos finished off by saying hasta pronto, espero. Espero means I hope. And Maria said, sí, quizás. Quizás,
Maybe.
maybe, or indeed perhaps, a very famous song. Quizás, quizás, quizás.
Mark, ¿te gusta cantar?
Sí, me gusta mucho cantar, pero no canto muy bien.
Coffee Break Español.
So how did you find that? We really hope that by now you're feeling very confident with all the language you've learned over the past few weeks working with us.
Our next podcast is a special Christmas edition, and we'll be hearing from two friends who live in two different Spanish-speaking countries, and they'll be telling us about how they celebrate the Christmas season.
We'll also be treating you to some Spanish Christmas carols, so you'd better get your best singing voices ready for next week.
Now, just before we finish, Matthew has a wee message for you.
I hope you're enjoying learning Spanish with my daddy and Cara. I'll be back soon, but just in case I'm not in the next show, Feliz Navidad.
Gracias, Matthew. After our next show, we'll be taking a little break until early in January, but we may well have some big news for you in the new year, so make sure you keep visiting the site over the holiday season.
Basta ya.
Yeah, it's time to finish off for this programme.
Don't miss our festive edition on Saturday.
In the meantime, muchas gracias otra vez.
Hasta pronto.
Coffee Break Español.
There now follows an exceptionally cheesy broadcast from the Radiolingua Network.
This time of year, it's cold out there with frost and ice just everywhere. So here's some seasonal advice. We'll try to keep it quite concise. As January comes around and New Year's resolutions abound, don't put it off, now's the time. Learn a language in 2009. You can learn just on your own. Just grab your iPod or your phone and load our lessons one by one. Join us for linguistic fun. Learn with us, it's not demanding, and you'll soon be understanding French or Spanish or Japanese or Polish or German or all of these. The message we would like you to hear is give the gift of language to someone this year. So use our coupon code today and have a happy holiday.
This holiday season, give the gift that lasts forever. Help someone you love learn a language. The Radiolingua winter sale is now on. Save 20% by using coupon code HOLIDAYS08 or go to givethegiftoflanguage.com.
Bon Nadal.
God jul.
Fröhliche Weihnachten.
Nolig Honodich.
明けましておめでと
God jul.
新年快乐
Wesołych świąt z Rождеством
Un annou fericit.
Felices fiestas.
Joyeux Noël.
Happy holidays from the whole team. This podcast was brought to you by the Radiolingua Network. Find out more at www.radiolingua.com.